if I told you that your book could be a #1 bestseller on Amazon, legitimately, and you could make it happen this week? Not with ads, not with a massive email list, not by going viral on social media, just by choosing the right categories. I know this sounds almost too simple, but I believe just by fixing one thing in your KDP settings, you can increase your sales. And most authors had no idea this was even an option. Today, I'm walking you through Amazon categories, what they are, why they matter more than most authors realize, and how exactly to find and claim the ones that will get your book seen, ranked, and read. If you watched my last video on Amazon keywords, welcome back. This is the other half of that conversation. Keywords get you found. Categories get you ranked. You need both. And today we're covering categories. I'm Mark Cornegay, and I help Christian authors get their God-given message into the hands of the people who need it most. Let's get into it. Here's what I see happen constantly. A Christian author spends months, sometimes years, writing a book. They upload it to KDP. Amazon asks them to pick 2 categories from a drop-down list. They scroll through, pick the first 2 that sound close enough, and move on. And then they wonder why nobody can find their book. Here's the thing most authors don't know. Those 2 default category slots, that's not the full picture. Amazon will actually place your book in up to 10 categories, but only if you know how to request them. And the categories you choose completely determine whether you're competing against 50,000 books or 500. Same book, same author, totally different competitive landscape, just based on category selection. That gap is the difference between a book that ranks and a book that disappears. So let's fix it. Section 1, how Amazon categories actually work. Let's start with the basics, because Amazon categories works differently than most people assume. When you publish on KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, you're asked to choose 2 categories from a drop-down menu. Those categories tell Amazon where to shelve your book, like sections in a bookstore. And inside each category, books are ranked on sales. Sell enough copies relative to the others in that category, and you hit bestseller status. Here are 3 things most Christian authors don't know. Number 1, KDP dropdown is not the final category. Amazon has hundreds of subcategories that don't appear in that initial KDP selector. These are called browse categories, and you can only access them by contacting KDP support directly and requesting them. We'll go through exactly how to do that. Number 2, you can be in up to 10 categories at once. Amazon allows up to 10 category placements per book. Most authors are sitting in 2. That means you could have 8 more opportunities to rank, and you're leaving them all on the table. Number 3, smaller categories are not lesser categories. A lot of authors hear niche and think small audience, but that's backwards thinking when it comes to ranking. A smaller, more specific category means less competition for the #1 spot. And a #1 seller badge, even in a niche category, changes everything. It changes how readers perceive your book. It changes how Amazon algorithm treats your book. And yes, it changes sales. Consider this. When you click into the Christian book and Bible section on Amazon, you can drill down into dozens of subcategories. Christian living, spiritual growth, devotionals, prayer. Each one of those has its own bestseller list. Each one is its own opportunity. Section 2, the categories Christian authors overlook. Okay, here's where we get practical. Most Christian authors land in the same 2 or 3 obvious categories: Christian living, religious fiction, and stop there. But there's a whole world of strategic placements they're missing. Let me walk you through 5 category zones that are underused and often far less competitive. Zone 1, hyper-specific topical categories. Instead of Christian living, which has tens of thousands of books, look for the subtopic that matches your book's core subject. Example, Christian books and Bibles, Christian living, death, grief, and bereavement. Christian book and Bibles, spiritual growth, personal transformation. Christian books and Bibles, Christian living, women's issues. The more specific the path, the less competition. Christian living might have 50,000 books. Christian living, women's issues, spiritual growth might have 800. Zone 2. Inspirational categories outside the Christian bubble. Here's one authors almost never think about. Your book doesn't have to only live inside the Christian book section. Many Christian books also belong in self-help, motivational, self-help, personal transformation, biographies and memoirs, religious, health, mind and body, mental health. If your Christian book helps people overcome anxiety, deal with grief, or rebuild their life, it belongs in those broader self-help and wellness categories too. And if the reader's searching there, they're open, they're looking. And your book might be exactly what they need, even if they didn't know they were looking for faith-based answers. Zone 3. Devotional subcategories. Devotionals are one of the most purchased Christian book formats on Amazon, but the category has real substructure most authors ignore. Instead of just devotionals, look for devotionals for women, devotionals for men, devotionals for teens and young adults, prayer devotionals, holidays, Christmas devotionals. That last one, Christmas devotionals, is nearly empty most of the year, and then it spikes every November and December. If your devotional has any seasonal content, you want to claim that real estate before the holiday rush. Zone 4, memoir and testimony categories. Christian memoirs and testimonies often get misplaced in vague Christian living buckets when they actually belong in more specific memoir subcategories where competition is much lower and readers are specifically looking for stories like yours. Look for biographies and memoirs, religious and inspirational, Christian books and Bibles, biographies of religious leaders and saints, memoirs, personal memoirs. Your story of faith and redemption doesn't have to compete with every Christian living book ever written. Put it where memoir readers are looking. Zone 5. The New Age and Spirituality. Adjacent categories. Yes, really. Stay with me here. Some Christian books, particularly those about prayer, spiritual warfare, or healing, have crossover appeal for readers exploring spirituality more broadly. Categories like religion and spirituality, New Age and spirituality prayer, religion and spirituality, spirituality, personal growth. These audiences are spiritually hungry. Some of them are on a journey towards faith. Your book might be the bridge. Just make sure your book genuinely serves that reader. Don't place yourself somewhere misleading. Section 3, how to find and request your categories. Here's the practical breakdown of how to actually get into these categories. Method 1, research categories on Amazon first. Before you touch KDP, go to Amazon.com. Click Books in the navigation. Then browse through Religion and Spirituality and Christian Books and Bibles. Click down into every subcategory that could possibly relate to your book. When you find a category with a smaller number of titles and a strong relevance to your content, write it down. Copy the exact category path. Example, books, religion and spirituality, Christian books and Bibles, Christian living, spiritual growth, spiritual warfare. That full path is what you'll need when you contact support. Method 2, contact KDP support and request additional categories. Log into KDP, go to Help, then Contact Us. Select Amazon Book Page, then Update Amazon Categories. You can submit a request listing the exact category paths you want your book added to, up to 10 total. Be specific in your message. Include your book's ASIN, the exact category paths you're requesting, and a one-sentence note on why each is a fit. KDP usually processes these within a few days. Method 3, use Amazon's bestseller list to validate. Once you've identified a potential category, click into its bestseller list. Look at the number 10 ranked book. What's its Amazon bestseller rank overall? If the number 10 book in that subcategory has a rank of 50,000 or higher, that's a very achievable category to rank in. If the number 10 book has a rank under 5,000, that's a highly competitive category and harder to break into. You want to find categories where you can realistically compete. That's strategic, not settling. Before I walk you through the step-by-step application, I want to mention something quickly. Categories and keywords are powerful, but they're two tools inside a much larger system. And if you're trying to market your book without the full system in place, you'll keep hitting a ceiling you can't explain. That's exactly why I built the Christian Author Book Launch and Marketing System, Core Edition. It's a 6-module course built for Christian authors who are serious about getting their message into the world, without the overwhelm, the guesswork, or the years of trial and error. You'll learn how to position your book so that the right reader finds it immediately. You'll build an author brand that earns trust and grows a following, even from zero. You'll get a launch strategy that reaches readers through churches, speaking platforms, and online audiences. And you'll walk away with a 30-day action plan and my signature message formula. All of it grounded in scripture, because God needs to stay at the center of every step of this. And it's just $37. The link is in the description. Go to markcornegay.com, grab the core course, and let's get your message moving. Okay, back to categories. Let's put this to work. Whether you're launching a new book or relaunching an existing one, here's how to do a full category audit in under an hour. Step 1, check where you're currently placed. In KDP, click on your book. Look at your current categories. Write them down. Now go to Amazon and search your book title. Scroll down to the product details section. You'll see your current bestseller rank and the categories you're showing up in. Take note. Step 2, evaluate the competition in each current category. Click into each category and look at the top 10. Are you competing with 40,000 books or 4,000? Are the top sellers massive household names with millions of followers, or are they fellow indie authors? This tells you whether your current categories are working for you or against you. Step 3, research 8 to 10 better category options. Use the browse tree method I showed you. Look for categories that are highly specific to your book's topic, lower in total title count, reachable based on current sales rank. Step 4, submit your category request to KDP support. Log in, navigate to contact us, and submit your request with your ASIN and exact categories path. Request up to 10. They won't always approve all of them, but ask for what's legitimate. Step 5, monitor your rankings for the next 30 days. After your categories update, check your Amazon bestseller rank weekly. Watch for your new rankings appearing in those categories. This is the feedback loop that tells you if your placements are working. Imagine if an author updated from 2 generic categories to 9 targeted ones. Within weeks, he would have a #1 bestseller badge in those 2 categories. Same book, same sales volume, just smarter placement. Section 5, category mistakes to avoid. Let's cover the most common mistakes I see so you don't step into the same traps. Mistake number 1, choosing categories based on prestige, not strategy. Christian living sounds like the right place to be, but with 50,000 books in it, you'll never rank unless you're already a best-selling author. Choose categories where you can actually surface. Mistake number 2, picking categories that don't match your content. Amazon tracks whether readers who find you through a category actually engage with your book. Do they click? Do they buy? Do they finish it? Irrelevant category placements hurt your algorithm standing over time. Stay in categories where your book genuinely belongs. Mistake number 3, never revisiting categories. Your categories aren't permanent. Amazon adds new subcategories regularly. A category didn't exist last year might be perfect for your book today. Re-audit every 6 months, and definitely before any major holiday season. Mistake number 4, ignoring the also bought signal. When you're placed in the right categories alongside books your readers would also enjoy, Amazon starts recommending your book organically. Good category placement feeds the customer also bought engine, which is free, ongoing marketing. Mistake number 5, treating categories and keywords as separate strategies. They work together. Your keywords bring readers to a search result. Your category places your book on a bestseller list. A reader might find you through search and through browsing a bestseller list. Cover both angles. Here's what I want you to hold on to before you close this video. Amazon is not a wall between your book and your reader. It's actually one of the most powerful discovery tools in the history of publishing. A reader in rural Nebraska, a believer in a small town with no Christian bookstore nearby, they are searching Amazon tonight for a book that speaks to exactly what they're walking through. Your job is to make sure they can find yours. Categories are not a technicality. They're not just a box to check. They're a decision about who gets to find your book and who doesn't. And making a few smart choices in that KDP dashboard could mean the difference between your book gathering digital dust or your book changing someone's life. So here's your challenge this week. Go to Amazon, browse the Christian books category tree, find 3 subcategories you've never considered for your book, then log into KDP and submit a request to be added to them. That's it. It takes an hour, and it can unlock reach you've been leaving on the table for months. If this video gave you something useful, please hit the like button. And if you want the full system, the complete step-by-step framework for launching and marketing your book as a Christian author, head to markcornegay.com and grab the Christian Author Book Launch and Marketing System Core Edition. It's just $37. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to keep writing, keep trusting. Your message is worth being found. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. We're going to be talking about Amazon's also bought algorithm and how to get your book showing up as a recommendation alongside the bestsellers in your niche. That one's going to be a game changer. All links mentioned are in the description below. See you next time. Peace.